Welcome to InfraSOS YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the SOX Compliance Checklist. We're going to talk about its audit requirements. So let's start this video with what actually is the SOX checklist. So SOX or SOX compliance refers to the annual audit that take place within the public companies, and within which they are bound by law to show evidence of accurate and secured financial reporting. Now when we talk about this checklist of the SOX, then there are multiple factors that must be completed before actually going with the audit. So let's talk about what is SOX Compliance Checklist. Well, the number one thing in this checklist is to analyze and collect the security system data. You should implement systems to validate and test your security and compliance measures. Additionally, you should have processes and systems in place that collect data around security incidents, breaches, and suspicious activity. Number 2 in our checklist, we have implementing a security breach tracking. Well, this is pretty straightforward. You should install a powerful detection software that can detect security breaches and track them effectively. Now, this is to identify and dissect suspicious activities on systems relevant to the SOX compliance. Henceforth, the software should assess, detect, and document threats in real time. Number 3 on the checklist, we have to grant auditors defense system access. Well, this point is also self-explanatory that constant communication with SOX auditors help you greatly. Further, it is also the aspect that companies succeeding in the SOX compliance have in common. Similarly, provide access and limited control to your auditors over your safeguarding software, protocols, and system. Number 4 in the checklist, we have disclosed security incidents to auditors. Well, this step includes the installation of systems to document and detect security breaches, and thanks to that, it immediately alerts the SOX auditor about the incident. Even more, it minimizes overlooking threats and enables your auditor to address issues more quickly. Number 4 in the checklist, we have the reporting of technical difficulties to the auditors. So basically, talk about training your IT department to communicate technical difficulties identified in the security safeguards to your auditors, so that they can actually go ahead with the audit report of SOX compliance. Also, establish systems that can test network functionality and file integrity. Number 6 in the checklist, we have preventing of the data tampering. Well, you just have to ensure that your sensitive data is not accessible or changeable to comply with the SOX compliance. Now this includes the attention to using data privacy protection softwares for enhanced security and better results. Number 7 in the checklist, we have documentation of activity timelines. We'll simply integrate systems to record activity timestamps on transactions and related data according to the SOX guidelines. And remember to encrypt the data in a secure location or database to bypass tampering. At number 8, we have the installation of access tracking controls. Well, basically implement software that receive data and messages from digital sources, for example FTP, databases, and computer files. Now the control should identify and track external entities attempting and breaching to tamper with your data. Now another thing is that professional cybersecurity tracking and visualization tools like Data Advantage help monitor access controls going forward. Anyways, number 9 on our checklist and the last one is to ensure defense systems are working. Well, this one is also pretty straightforward. To simply install different systems to send reports to the auditors via email. Alternatively, use other means for daily communications. And do not forget to grant the auditor's systems access to view data without alteration. After this checklist, we are going to talk about the SOX audit requirement. So what are these requirements? The SOX Act requires your financial reports to include an internal control report. It highlights that a company's financial data are precise and accurate. The reports also show that there are adequate controls to safeguard the financial data. Now an SOX IT audit actually includes multiple things. The first and the foremost is data backup. Now simply maintain a backup system to protect your sensitive data. Now data centers containing backup data are also subject to SOX compliance requirements compared to those hosted on site. Number 2, we have the change of management. Now this basically involves the IT department processing for adding users and computers, updating and installing softwares, and making changes to the databases as well. Along with that, they also are required to keep records of what's changed, when, and who changed it. Number 3 for the requirement, we have IT security. Now this basically ensures that controls are in place to protect against data breaches and have tools ready to remediate incidents. Now for this particular purpose, you need to invest in equipment and services that will monitor and protect your financial database. Number 4, we have access controls. Now this refers to the electronic or physical controls preventing unauthorized users from accessing sensitive financial information. This even includes keeping data centers and servers in secure locations, implementing effective password controls, and following other measures as well. Now that sums up the SOX compliance checklist and the audit requirements. Now additionally, you can check out the InfraSOS. With InfraSOS, you can check if your Office 365 users and Active Directory users are compliant for SOX and even other compliance frameworks. Now the link to InfraSOS website is in the description box. And if you still want to learn more information about the SOX compliance checklist or its audit requirements, then simply check out the blog linked in the description box. And if you have learned anything new with this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.